Pranam Shalom, everyone. Despite my sleep deprivation, dehydration, and the fact that I'm just like kind of in an uncomfortable position right now, I must get this transmission out. I'm only going to be talking for about 4 minutes before the clip starts. So I just need to make it known that you are free to believe whatever you want to believe. It is your journey, and you may come to certain truths later in life or not at all. It may take the afterlife for you to realize certain things, and it may not be ordained in this lifetime, and that is okay. But while you're here, while you're conscious of what's going on, let me at least just bring you back into remembrance. You have been under a spell, and you forgot that you are God getting to know itself through your actions, through your words, through your thoughts. Anyone will see that this cannot really be rebutted or refuted in any kind of way because it's coming straight from the doctrine itself. No one's inserting their opinions or any of that. Like, it's all facts, and it's being compared to a sound doctrine called the Owaspi, which even says that it is not the immaculate word of the Creator, even though that the Creator is speaking in the full doctrine, whatever. Like, it's saying that it's not perfect in comparison to a book that has been revised tens of thousands of times, claiming to be holy and the absolute word of the Most High. Anyway, formulate your own opinion. This is just too mind-blowing not to share. It's going to actually be two different people speaking. It's going to be one guy only talking for like 2 minutes about the whole rape aspect, because I know that's probably why you're going to watch it. And then it's going to be like 35 minutes of another guy talking. So Cosmon is going to talk for about 10 minutes about the whole, thing. And then I'm going to let Selah Shalom talk for about 35 minutes and add some more of Cosmon's clips towards the end. Because it's like, this doesn't even do it justice. So I'll put the full links in the comments for both of them. The biggest issue is, unless there is an established perception on every verse, then yeah, it's just full of chaos, because it's like a million ways you can interpret verses. So the fact that they are only showing you one way in church and not telling you the alchemical process of raising the Christ energy in relation to the Bible and all of these other things is just plain messed up. That's my issue with it. And then also, they're gonna prove how if you actually read the other doctrine, it talks about how essentially the Bible is based off fallen angels that are parading as God, and that's how you get El. You know how they say El is the God of the Bible, angel. But yeah, I'm not gonna even get deep. Y'all gotta go seek this stuff for yourself. As Dane Calloway would say, I'm just here to make you think. The rest is on you. Reflection.
Supposed to be for your betterment. Remember that. Look at benefit number 4, ladies. Genocidal rape. Oh yeah. This is the re-examination of the foreign female captive in Deuteronomy 21:10-14 as a case of genocidal rape written by M.L. Ray. Right? Now it says, in the light of recent events. Now they're talking about Boko Haram and forced genocidal rape in the Middle East, right? And Africa, right? Now, in the light of these events, this article re-examines the foreign female captive in Deuteronomy 21:10 through 14. Excuse me. Through the lens of intersectionality, and suggests that this describes what contemporary international law scholars have identified as genocidal rape. The taking and raping of women identified as belonging to the foreign enemy. This article questions biblical scholars' traditional interpretation of Deuteronomy 21:10 through 14, which obfuscate, which means twists around or tries to erase the ethnic dimension of this female's status. Contrary to many interpretations of this text, which we've all been taught, all sitting in the pews in church. We've all been taught that this was a good thing, which argue for an erasure of the foreign captive's ethnic identity. This article argues that captives' ethnic identity actually serves as a means of targeting, marginalizing, and oppressing, even after her procurement. Now, when they say procure, remember, this was in war. So they didn't kill your daddy and killed your mama, and they didn't took you, right? Now, look, this was interesting right here. And I should have brought the rest of it in here, but I didn't want it to be too long. Biblical scholar Harold Washington proposes that biblical law, the Torah, engenders violence. The crazy part is, right, your so-called loving and merciful God never gave one thought as to how the woman felt in this situation. Does this biblical ideal better you today, sisters? Does this make you better? Of course not. So it couldn't have bettered you then either. Let that sink in a second. But let's see the intended benefits applied to the sisters, right? Now, this is Deuteronomy 21:10 through 14, and they got the nerve to call it domestic relations. So this is just how Hebrews deal with Hebrews. When thou goest forth to war, that's a problem right there, against thine enemies. Remember, these is the enemies. And the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, right? And thou seest amongst the captive a beautiful woman. Now, who is the Hebrews' sworn enemy? Esau. They tell you Esau is the white man. So now, look at him, lusting over a white woman. But they want to point the finger at everybody else, but they don't read the text. And if you see among the captives a beautiful woman of Esau or any other person, any woman, and you have desire unto her. Oh, you think she fine? Oh, you dig what I'm talking? Ooh, she strapped. Yeah. You dig what I'm talking about? That thou wouldest have her to wife, then thou shalt, look, 12, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, right? And she shall shave her head. So, first of all, you done killed her mama, killed her daddy, killed her brothers, and then kidnapped her. First of all, you genocidally killed the men, the women, the children, and the sucklings. You take her from her land because she pretty, right? And you take her to your house after you after you done made her a captive. She a POW, a prisoner of war. And you shave her head, just like they did the Jews in the internment camps during Hitler's reign, just like they did our grandmas and them, cutting off all that pretty hair they had. Huh? And then you cut her nails all the way down. And look what she got to do. And she shall put the raiment or her clothes of her captivity off of her, and shall remain in thy house. And what? Bewail. That means to cry. That means, right? To bewail her father and mother a full month. But what if she is bewailing them more than a month? What if she don't never like it? And after that, now, after she done sat in your house, you done cut her hair, she done cried herself to goddamn sleep every night for 30 days. You done took her from her city, killed her whole goddamn family, right? And after that, thou shalt go unto her. Thou shalt go in unto her. That means you can just, even if she don't like it, you can rape her. You can just take it and be her husband, right? And she shall be your wife, even if she don't want to be, right? But look, and it shall be. So that means this is for sure. This gonna happen. If thou have no delight in her. What do you mean no delight? That means you done took the buns, but you ain't think it was good. Now, get out of here. You dig what I'm talking about? You could just kick her to the curb. And then thou shalt let her go whether she will. Where she gonna go? You done killed everybody in her family. But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. But thou shalt not make merchandise of her. Why? Because thou hast humbled her. You raped her. So the intended benefit of genocidal war rape in Deuteronomy 21 is that you must now marry your rapist. Let that sink in. And a forced marriage to your rapist is for your betterment. But only if you got that wop, sisters. If you got that wop, yeah, this is for your betterment. But if you ain't got that wop, he can just kick you out in the street after he raped you. Let that sink in, ladies. Now that we've gone on the show direct from Hebrew narrative, the intended benefits of the Bible for the betterment of
stoneworker, dum-dum. That's what the real Masons was. And then you got the Freemasons, and then the Freemasons is the ones who knew. Because you got a stoneworker, you got to know the mathematics. You got to know the mathematics to build. You just can't build anything. You got to know what the fuck you're doing. So the Masons were the architects. They knew the secrets. What were the secrets? The secret of building, dum-dum. That's the original source of masonry, nigga. Y'all niggas crazy. But nonetheless, coming back to the false god. An evil spirit from God troubled him. Let our Lord now command thy servants which are before thee to seek out a man who is cunning, playing on a harp. And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from God is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon who? Saul. Why not the righteous spirit from God was upon Saul? Why got to be an evil spirit? You know why it's an evil spirit? Because King James was over there playing with demons. Demonology. Masonic Bibles. You got God over here playing with evil. Come on, man. Come on, son. Come on, son. What is a Mason? A builder. and worker in stone. See that? That's the root of the shit. The original Masons, nigga, were the pyramid builders, nigga. These are the greatest Masons right here. These are the greatest Masons right here, the niggas who built these architects. These are your greatest Masons. See that? And the niggas who built that knew the secrets. The secret of architect. Owaski Bible, God's Book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 6 to 7. As God and heaven are for the resurrection, so are Satan and hell and the devil for the declination. See, God is all about race. True God is about resurrection. All resurrection is of God. True God. I should say true God, because they don't know the difference between a true God and a false God. Book of Judgment, chapter 3, verse 24. Nor, hold on, am I sharing the screen? All right, cool. Nor have I provided resurrection in this world or in my heavens above, except by good works done unto others. And this is the service of Jehovah, the all-person. Good works done unto others. That's required. Now, if good works is required, why is God doing this? An evil spirit from God troubleth thee. An evil spirit from God, but in the Owaski it says what? Good works done unto others. This is the service of Jehovah, the all person. You can't be doing good works sending out evil spirits on the people. Huh? I appreciate it. But look what it states here. But wherever good works have resulted in affiliation in lifting the people up out of misery and crime, the same is adjudged as worship of the great spirit Jehovah. Worship. What is the worship of Jehovah? Good works. Simple. We ain't got to cut off no goat heads to worship Creator. The Creator said good works. This is the Owaski speaking. Oh. This is the Owaski speaking. Y'all see it? This is the Owaski showing you that to worship the Creator is good works. Simple. Good works. Look at the Owaski again, Book of Esther, chapter 30, verse 17. Consider then what you can do that will rise you in spirit. For this is resurrection. First, to purify yourself. What does that mean? Stay away from the dead flesh. Eat your fruits and vegetables, your herbs, your grains. I heard the dude yesterday try to clown herbs. Dumb. When you get sick, guess what you got to get to? Guess what you got to eat to get healed? Herbs. Look at Dr. Sabi. He cured all the diseases known to goddamn man damn near using herbs. So how the hell herbs is weak? Herbs is the most powerful in the kingdom. Meat is weak because meat slows down your blood circulation. Meat causes your blood to be acidic. Meat is subjected to disease. Meat produces intestinal worms. Meat is the weakest, goddammit. What the hell that nigga talking about? That's when you bring out the facts of diet and show these niggas that alkaline sickness and disease cannot exist in an alkaline environment. Most fruits and vegetables are alkaline. So that shows you right there. What we bringing out is actual fact. All sickness and disease thrive in an acidic environment. All meat is 99% acidic. So again, the verse states, consider then what you can do that will raise you up in spirit. For this is resurrection. First, to purify yourself. That's the first thing. Second, to do all the good you can. See that? And third, affiliation. Without these, there can be no resurrection. So guess what? If you're not trying to purify yourself, you ain't going to rise. If you ain't doing good unto others, you thinking Esau the devil, you thinking all the nations going to hell and you the chosen, your ass ain't going to rise. And if you affiliate with those with like minds, you're going to rise. But if you don't, you niggas ain't going nowhere. You ain't rising. Book of Judgment, chapter 16, verse 43. For in this lies the look at this. Hold on. For in this lies the key of all resurrection, which is to labor for others, to induce them to assimilate to Jehovah, Creator, with one another, laboring for others, doing good for others. You see how the Owaspy is consistent with what is the resurrection, what is the service and worship of the Creator. It's good works and purity. Keep your body pure. You are the temple of God, right? They say the body is the temple of God. If God is pure and holy, why are you going to put dead animals in a pure and holy temple? See that? But you convict yourself because you was raised on that flesh and blood. Your mom and your daddy taught you that flesh and blood was good. That pork rind, that chicken, that steak. But you're defiling your temple when you eat those things. That's the shit the niggas don't want to hear because you enjoy your meat. And I understand because I was there. But guess what? It comes a time where you're going to have to let go of that flesh, because if you don't, as time progresses, sickness and disease is going to inhabit your members. It's going to inhabit your organs. It's going to inhabit your kidneys. It's going to inhabit your liver, your pancreas. Most of you niggas probably got diabetes now. Most of you niggas probably got arthritis now. Some of you niggas may have cancer. Knock on wood. I'm thankful to have none of that shit. You know why? Because I drink my goddamn herbs. What you thought was the weakest is the strongest in the kingdom. See how the devil play games? Yes, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Look what the Owaspy say. Book of Judgment, chapter 13, 46. By purifying your flesh, by purifying your thoughts, by the practice of good works done unto others. Again, this is like the third or fourth time precept we bringing out what it is. With all your wisdom, love, and strength. For through these only is there any resurrection for you, either in this world or the next. That sounds like some shit straight out of goddamn Yahshua's mouth. Because Yahshua is the one talking about this world and the next. But look what the Owaspy is saying. Is this evil? Is to purify your flesh evil? Is to purify your thoughts evil? Is the practice of good works done unto others evil? It says, for through these only is there any resurrection for you in this world or the next. But look what your God got you doing. He got you sending out evil spirits. Your God is convincing you to chop off goat heads. Leviticus chapter 1, starting out right off the bat, the law of the burnt offerings. Did you hear anything concerned about a burnt offering which is required to serve the Creator in the Owaspy? Huh? Did we talk about any goat heads yet? Did we talk about any bullocks from the Owaspy since we've been reading from the Owaspy? What we've been reading about? Purification. Huh? Practice of good works done unto others. That's practical shit. You know, that shit you can practice today, starting from today. Huh? Book of Jehovah, chapter 6, verse 9. Look, to serve others is to do good to others, to help them, to teach them, to give them joy and comfort. This is the service of Jehovah. This is what we're dealing with. This is consistent in the Owaspy what it is to serve the Creator. That's how we can differentiate who is true and who is false. Because your false God, this is the service of it. This is the service, the worship, the sacrifice of Jehovah, right? But your God wants you to come with the law of burnt offerings. Where that came from? Y'all niggas just fell for this shit hook, line, and sinker because it's in the Bible. Y'all just accepted it and believed it because it's in the Bible. Huh? And he shall kill the bullock before the Lord. Do we need to go there again with the bullock? Chop off ox head? That's what y'all niggas dealing with. Chopped off goat heads? Look how he look. Look at his eyes. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. I'm just like you, bro. Come on, dog. Look how he looking. He's scared to death. That bullock is scared to death. But look what your God said. He shall kill the bullock before the Lord. But look at the bullock. Look at the eyes of the bullock. This nigga like, wait a minute, Lord. Didn't you create me? Why are you going to kill me and enjoy me and enjoy the smell of my burnt flesh? I don't understand, Lord. That's what this bullock is saying. But this is a required of your God. And he shall kill the bullock before the Lord. And what the priest of Aaron shall do? Bring the blood. Bring the blood. That sounds like some demonic shit. That sounds like some demonic. That sounds like some insidious shit. Bring the blood. And then guess what they're gonna do? Sprinkle the blood. How you think they're gonna sprinkle the blood? They're gonna put that shit on the tips of their fingertips and sprinkle that shit like that. Round about the altar. This is what's going on, yo. And the sole purpose. Now keep in mind, this is the law of burnt offerings. And the sole purpose, and I mean the sole purpose of a burnt offering is this right here. This line is the sum totality of the sin offering, the peace offering, and the burnt offering. Because every last one of those offerings, the end is going to end just like this verse right here. To be a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire of a sweet savior unto the Lord. That's what this guy right here is going to become. He's going to become a burnt offering, a sweet savor unto the Lord. That's what your God is talking about. But in the Owaspi, to serve the Creator is to serve others, to do good works, to help them, teach them, give them joy and comfort. This is the service of the Jehovah. We don't need no burnt offerings. I don't know who told you niggas to follow that. Even Amos told you niggas, like, I don't know who told you to follow that. Watch. So you got conflict within your own prophets, nigga. Because Amos is saying one thing, and the Leviticus priesthood is saying another thing. See? But ye bore the tabernacle of your Moloch. Tabernacle. Who carried the tabernacle? What'd that say? What'd that say? Let me bring it up. What'd that say right there? What'd that say? We read he shall kill the bullock before the Lord. We read that he shall bring the blood and sprinkle the blood around about the altar. That is by the door of the what? The tabernacle. The tabernacle. Who else had a tabernacle? Let's be real. Who else was running around the wilderness with a tabernacle other than the Leviticus priests and the Levites? But ye bore the tabernacle of who? Moloch. That's who you niggas was serving when you was doing up burnt offerings. A deity, a false god. While we stand clear of this, because in the Owaspi, to serve the Creator is to serve others, is to do good to others, to help them, to teach them, to give them joy and comfort. This is the service of Creator. We ain't got to spill no blood to serve Creator. Y'all niggas do. Matter of fact, where that verse at? Hold up. It's in Chronicles. I remember that shit was in Chronicles somewhere. When the nigga sacrificed his son. Damn, what verse was that? What verse was that, family? When the nigga sacrificed his son as a burnt offering. What verse was that in Chronicles? Nigga burnt his son. Where my nigga Louie at? Look, because Louie brought that out. Lucy, you in the building? Lucy still here? Yo, where that verse at in Chronicles where the dude sacrificed his son as an offering, yo? What verse is that in the Chronicles? I know Lucy brought that out and Malachi brought that out that time. Who know that verse? Nah, not the one with his daughter, not that one. That one was kind of vague, but the other one was clear spot. It was like, damn, it was like he sacrificed his son on the wall as a burnt offering. Where that verse at in Chronicles? Whoever could find that verse, post that joint. That's the death blow right there. First, y'all niggas is worshiping Moloch in the wilderness for 40 years. Then, y'all sacrificing to a deity.
Okay, I go to Netflix app.
What verse that is, family? Let's see, I figured out yet. And none of y'all know the verse? Let me see. Oh, I see something. I see some man. I'm just reading some shit right quick. This shit looking spooky. Hold on. Let the rhythm run for a quick second to know. Keep the rhythm going. Keep the vibe going. That's all good, family. It's all good. We'll get it next time. We'll get it on the next go round. We'll be showing, yo. Constantly showing and proving. Contrast, compare the difference between these deities. All decline of Satan, God of war. Exodus 5:13, 15, Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. Isaiah 42:13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yeah, roar. He shall prevail against his enemy. Why is the Lord fighting enemies like he one of us? You the creator. You're supposed to be creating sun, moon, and stars. You could withdraw the breath out of man. What is you doing? Armor up, going to battle like you one of us, like you a Knights Templar or something. This is the Lord. Shall go forth as a man, a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. Who stir up jealousy? Don't women stir up jealousy? That's a women's trait. Look what the Owaspy say. Book of Judgment 32:12. Judgment is rendered against all nations and people in the world who engage in war, thus bringing these afflictions upon the angels of heaven. See that? See that? Creators against warfare because it's going to bring afflictions upon the angels of heaven. If your biblical God knew that, and if you knew that, you wouldn't engage in war if you knew that this is going to bring affliction upon the angels of heaven. Judgment is rendered against every nation. Judgment is rendered against every nation and all people in the world who carry on war, who are accessory to war, in which any man created alive by Jehovah is slain in defense or any kind of other rulers, or in defense of any country or government in the world. And where any war is offense or defense, my judgment is against its aiders, abettors, and against the kings and queens or other rulers who are parties to war willingly, knowingly, or otherwise. See how clear Owaspy is letting you know that, nigga, we not rocking with warfare. There's some spiritual conditions that come with it that you don't want to get caught up in. But guess what? First book of God, 16, verse 16 and 18. I commanded them since the ancient times to kill not at all. See that? My words were plain, but the kings and priests interpreted my words in such a way that war could be justified. We just read that the Lord is a man of war. He encouraged Israel to go to war. Here the Owaspy is showing you that my words were plain, but man interpreted my words, meaning modified it, changed it, so he could justify warfare. See what the Owaspy bringing out against you niggas? What it say? Ye shall not murder. Exodus 2:11 and 12. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew on one of his brothers. Verse 12. And he looked this way and that way. Now, let me stop right there. When it states right here, he looked this way and that way, that is intentional. That marks intention when he does. If I'm standing right here and I see two cats, I see my homeboy getting beat up. If I look left, then I look right. Most street niggas, that's a sign like, all right, when I pull up my ratchet and get the busting, I want to make sure nobody watching. So let me look left and look right because I'm about to pop this nigga. That's what that is. That's what's going on here. He looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he shot, bah, 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 the Egyptian. and hid him in the sand. This is the same nigga who said, thou shalt not murder and kill, but he got a body on him. Look what the Owaspis say. Thus they have perverted my commandments from beginning to end. But I declare to you that in my sight I will hold him accountable who kills one man, and 10 times accountable if he kills 10 men, and 100 times for 100. They shall not hide death and murder from my sight by the word war. See, the Owaspi on your ass, nigga. Because for years you niggas been justifying a god of war. Now the Owaspi is clearing up the fact that judgment is rendered against your god of war. What the Bible say? From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their army. Again, the Bible is telling niggas, these niggas, Israel is about to go to war, but we just read what's going on with the war. Now we're going to read the inspiration, which comes from the Creator. Look what it states. But this is the book of Inspiration, chapter 8, verse 17 through 27. But these are the evil inspirations, O man. These come from your birth and surroundings, formerly called Satan, your environment, the hood, where killing goes on, to kill. How many niggas slander each other? Huh? Look at Sonetta. Look how they slander Sonetta. Huh? Slander, to punish, to destroy Jehovah's created beings, to strive for yourself above another, to gratify your flesh at the expense of purity or wisdom. See that? To be false to Jehovah Creator, to be false to yourself, like Christina, Nick, and Daniela. They was false to themselves yesterday because they know Mally won that debate. He brought 60 beneficial factors, beneficial for the people straight out the book, while the other guy didn't even come out the book. And what he came out with was not even a beneficial based off the topic. So Christina, Nick, and Daniela was false to themselves, and we seen it. Speaking falsely, to covet another, to cohabit in gestation period, to engage in strife, or to aid and abet conflict, which are the fruits of carnivorous foods transmitted in birth, nigga. You wonder why you mad, nigga? Because your mother and your father was carnivores, and that carnivorous nature came through your sperm cell, nigga. You was polluted in the sperm cell when you got in this motherfucker. Owaspi exposed to carnivorous foods, nigga. If you're dealing with Creator, you got to come right. Ain't no fake shit over here. Book of Judgment 32:17. These angels take delight in evil instead of good. Sometimes they go about singly and sometimes in gangs, hundreds of even thousands. Precept. And he said, hear thou, therefore, the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right and his left. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said of this manner, and another said of that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. So we're playing with lies. Now therefore, behold, the Lord had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. Keep in mind, this is the King James Version, the same one who created the book of demonology a couple years before this. Notice how the Lord is entertaining more evil than he's entertaining righteousness. Precept. Now look what it states. First, let's come back up. Look. The Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. This is the Lord did. He put a lying spirit. But look what it states in Proverbs. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. So if lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, and the Lord is sending out lying spirits, your goddamn Lord is an abomination to himself. Bag drop. Your Lord is an abomination to himself because he is sending out lying spirits when he said lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. Which one is it, Israel? Book of Judgment 32:17. These angels take delight in evil instead of good. See that? I told you angels are gods. Do I need to show it? Do I need to show angels are gods? Precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. What does that say? God. Let's click it. Let's click it. God, Elohim. What is it associated with? Angels. What did the OSB say? These angels, these Elohims, these gods take delight in what? Evil instead of good. For your ass to be sitting out here where it states, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. Guess what he's entertaining? Evil. He's delighting in what? Delighting in evil instead of good. Because instead of putting evil spirits or lying spirits in the mouth of all these prophets, why not put a righteous and telling truthful spirit in the mouth of all these prophets? Why play propaganda, God? See that? So the Owaski is exposing you the nature of these evil spirits so you'll know how to look for them. These angels take delight in evil instead of good. Sometimes they go about singly and sometimes in gangs of hundreds of even thousands. And in the past, the false gods use such angels to fulfill curses on mortals. The false gods, when we come back, the false gods, the lying spirit gods, wait a second, let me come back up. Come back to them lying spirits. Now look. It says first these angels take delight in evil instead of good. Now, these angels take delight in evil instead of good. Now look, the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? So he's entertaining. This is the Lord. Yo, who gonna persuade this nigga? Yo, who gonna persuade him to go up and fall? This is the Lord talking. He's entertaining evil. And one said this manner, and another said on that manner. And look, and there came forth a spirit. These angels take delight in evil instead of good. There came forth a spirit, and it stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. The Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth. I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of the prophets. What did the Owaski say? These angels take delight in evil instead of good. See, one precept in the Owaski is damaging this whole fucking shit, exposing the falsehood of these gods. And look what it states. Now, therefore, behold, the Lord had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. What did the Owaski say? These angels take delight in evil instead of good. See that? What it state right here? What it states? These false gods use such angels. These false gods. So you got the Lord. Who is he using? Who is he using? What does it say? And therefore came a spirit. The false gods use these spirits for what? I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of your prophet, in the mouth of his prophets. These false gods use such angels to fulfill curses on mortals, to carry poison in the air and annihilate mortals with foul diseases. See that? This is what your death-dealing God is dealing with. Because he said what? The Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. So we got to stop playing games, family. We got to stop playing games. Malachi 2, verse 2. If you do not listen, and if you do not take it to heart to give honor to my name, saith the Lord of hosts, then I will send the curse upon you, and I will curse your blessings indeed. I have cursed them already, because you are not taking it to heart. This is the Lord talking now. This is the Lord. Then I will send curses upon you. What did the Owaski say up here? What did the Owaspi say right here? What did the Owaspi say? These angels take delight in evil instead of good. What did your God say? Then I will send the curses upon you. What did the Owaspi say? What did the Owaspi say right here? Coming down, right here. In the past, the false gods used such angels to fulfill curses on mortals. Huh? What did it say? The false gods used such angels to fulfill curses on mortals. What did the Bible say? Then I will send the curses upon you. This is your God talking. Your God talking about putting curses on you. What did the Owaspi say? Who's behind these curses? The false gods, false Elohims, fallen angels, use such angels to fulfill curses on mortals and to carry poison in the air and inoculate mortals to foul diseases. Look at the tail end of that. That's what y'all dealing with, y'all. This is your God. This is your God. This is the God you niggas got to worry about sending curses and plagues and death and destruction because this is who you decided to worship. Book of Judgment 32:19, clear as day. Behold, in this day my angels have shown you that they can bring flowers in ponderous bodies. Similarly, the false gods with their trained warrior angels who delight in evil could cast mortals in death by poison and suffocation. Look at that. Trained warrior angels who delight in evil. See that? Yo, this is the behavior of your God in the Bible. While the Owaspi say these are the characteristics of false gods. The Lord saith, thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, and how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now, this is the Lord talking. Look how he's conspiring. Look how the Lord is conspiring. What did the Owaspi say? These angels take delight in evil instead of good. What your God doing? He's delighting in evil. What did the nigga say? Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Remember that which Amalek did to Israel? He instigated. You remember when that nigga knocked you out, son? You remember last week when the nigga punked you out, son? This is the Lord delighting in evil instead of good. Huh? The Owaspi Bible. Whether any war is offensive or defensive, my judgment is against its aiders, abettors, and against the kings and queens or other rulers who are parties to war willingly, knowingly, or otherwise. Your God is guilty of warfare. You ain't dealing with the Creator. Now, go forth and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both men, woman, infant, suckling, ox, sheep, camel, and ass. Look what Abraham say in the Owaspi. Abraham said, this testimony I declare to you, regarding which your own brethren are witness, that even the chosen of God can be deceived by evil angels. Now, doesn't this sound like Israel being deceived by an evil-ass God for you to sit there and kill infants? For you to sit there and kill, let's just say women and infants. That alone right there. No. Matter of fact, it says women, infants, and suckling. Suckling is even younger than the infant. Women, infants, and suckling. Now, if you following a God that's telling you to go kill women, infants, and suckling, and you niggas can't put two and two together, you niggas is lost. What did the Owaspi say? What did the Owaspi say? Even the chosen of God can be deceived by evil angels. You niggas have been deceived. Because if your God came to you right now in 2023, this year, and said, raise up Israel, I want you to slay women, infants, and sucklings, will you do it? A lot of you niggas gonna rise up and do it because you know no better. And there's consequences for your actions from the Creator. See that? And here's the death blow right here to y'all, all false gods. This is the summary. On all planetary worlds, it is always the same. Certain four false gods rise up to possess the corporeal world and her heavens. Here's the killer. They will profess truth but practice falsehood, profess peace but practice war. They will incite mortals and angels to all manner of evil for the sake of thwarting Jehovah's person. See that? Look what it states. It said these false gods, they will entice mortals and angels to all manner of evil for the sake of thwarting Jehovah's person and proceedings. See that? You niggas follow an evil ass God, and you blinded by the Creator in this dispensation of time. And look what it states. Yes, they will even yet assume that they themselves are Jehovah, the veritable Creator, and they will inspire mortals to consider them as such. And that's exactly what you got right here in your biblical God. Your biblical God got you believing that Elohim, El is the Creator, when the El ain't nothing more than your ass, a damn man. See that? El, God. That's your Creator for those who believe in the Bible. Owaspi said, yes, they will even yet assume that they are themselves are Jehovah, the veritable Creator, and they will inspire mortals to consider them as such. You've been inspired to believe that this guy right here is the Creator. When we click on the Strong's Concordance, and we told you that this guy is an angel. He's an angel. So that's game over right there. So you got false gods assuming to be Jehovah, Creator. And that's what you've been having in your Bible for the last 6,000 years. An imposter claiming to be Yahuwah in the image of man. Give me a one in the chat if you get this understanding.
Added onto my spiritual, my spiritual walk. So, excuse me.
How have you ever had any debates with your mother? Because she deals with the Bible. Like I had debates with my mom's coming up. My mom's kicked me out the house in a minute. I talk about that Bible, brother.
No, that's real. You did what I'm talking about because of the the indoctrination from the Bible. You did what I'm talking about. It's hard for our people to shake that, and many times that's all they know. You know what I mean? This is the base of their spirituality. But lucky for me, I see the thing is, Owaspi tell us, don't push this on nobody. Don't go around talking about, oh, Jehovah said this and Jehovah said that, and you gotta do this and you better believe that. No, that's not how, you know what I mean? You gotta be a real jerk to not, understand man's ability to understand on his own and by his own, on his own time. You see what I'm saying? So I had been in this information a couple years before I ever brought it out to my mom and to my pops and all them. And by the Creator's good graces, they start seeing what I was seeing. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, so because when you pick up Owaspi, the span of the information is so vast. It's so vast. I really literally had to dumb it down, the benefits, to like 10 benefits that, something that, can be put in a lesson. Because, there's literally thousands of benefits. Objectively, the hatred in their Hebrew hearts for their fellow man, right? But the ill part about this dichotomy is the Hebrews say they hate white people. They hate Esau, aka the devil. But the white man is the one who gave them the Bible in the first place during slavery and colonization. Clarity must be brought to the subject because they push the KJV as holy. But did you know it's not even the first European Bible in America? Did you know that? Actually, it's the second enslaver's book. Huh? Look, this is Cedarville University Digital Commons, right? Look what it says. The Pilgrims arrived in 1620 and brought with them the Geneva Bible, not the King James Bible. The KJV was seen as the Bible of the English king. Uh-oh. And the state church of England, which had been persecuting them. Who? The Pilgrims, the Protestants, the Conversos. But by the mid 1600s, exactly 1649 exactly, the King James Bible was arriving in the New World with increasing flow of settlers. However, look, The first Bibles printed in America were not English Bibles. Why don't they tell you this? The very first was John Eliot's Algonquin Indian Language Bible, which was printed in 1663. But wait a minute. But by the Hebrew narrative, all melanated people in America are only supposed to be Africans and only got here in America by slave ship. That's per Hebrew narrative. So the question must be asked, why write in Algonquin to teach Africans? And where is the Bible written in an African tongue for these enslaved Africans? Things that make you go, Now, let's see some of the intended benefits of the Bible given to the black man of America from 1620 AD to the founding of America, or the United States, excuse me, in 1776 AD. Benefit number one, slavery. Remember, your God cursed you. These are the intended benefits of the curse. Do you believe these guys were reading the KJV Bible in the bottom of this boat? Let's look at this real quick. Look. Do you think these dudes right here was reading the King James Bible coming from Africa on the bottom of that boat? Hell no. But let's see what the Bible was intending for these people. Get a good look at them. Let's see what the Bible was intended for them. 1 Peter 2:18. Slaves in reverent fear of God. Who? Submit yourselves to your masters. What? Not only to those who are good and considerate,